is what happens when a Phil's Coffee opens in Sacramento. Joe and I are going to an event hosted by Uptown Studios. You'll find out who they are pretty soon, but they're going to be talking about the importance of video and social media kind of in the modern age.
I'm Tina Reynolds. I'm the president of Uptown Studios, and
I'm Mia Lopez, digital marketing manager at Uptown Studios.
We do marketing campaigns, graphic design, video production, web development, web maintenance,
Social media, marketing strategy, advertising strategies, all of it.
We got you covered. That's what we do. Go to our website, uptownstudios.net, and there's get a quote or contact us. You can contact us there. It's really easy. And you can get to know who we are. We have a lot of staff pictures.
Or you can follow us on Twitter at Uptown Studios, Uptown Mia,
Uptown Tina, and we will get back to you because we love what we do. Get in touch with us.
Thank you. If you're running a startup these days, everybody knows that social media is extremely important. It's difficult to generate interest in whatever product it is or brand it is you're selling without having social media presence. With respect to marketing in that space, it's become increasingly saturated and increasingly difficult to cut through some of the noise and make your voice heard. If your followers even start to get a feeling that you're not being particularly genuine, hold on, I gotta respond to this Instagram post. If your followers even start to feel like you're not being genuine, hold on, got a Facebook message. I gotta respond to this tweet. I know it can be frustrating dealing with the tediousness of handling all of the social media all the time, having to do video work all the time, especially if that's not what your business does and it's just something that you're doing for, oh look, Joe's here. Joe, do you wanna talk to the YouTube audience?
Sending a tweet, and I'm almost done now. I graduated Sac State with a marketing, entrepreneurship, and human resources degree, and as soon as I graduated, everything I learned changed completely, or essentially became invalidated.
Nowadays, it's not even enough to just do the simple, Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and all of that.
When I joined Tenkiv, video wasn't that big of a thing, but when we did the first Kickstarter and our second Kickstarter, people don't get compelled by images as much as they get compelled by video.
As you can tell by how much video we've been making, video is clearly king.
We're focusing a lot on our YouTube channel. We're building up our vlog. We're building up another series that's coming up fairly soon. We're doing all these sorts of things to engage and interact with our audience.
It's not simply enough to just say, look at this great product I have, buy it, here are the features. That doesn't really work anymore. People nowadays in this increasingly connected world want to feel connection in every aspect of life, and that includes with the products they're buying and the people that are making them.
We're building a company that is in line with what we're doing. So our Tenkiv is a social impact company. We want to build a YouTube channel, a Twitter, Instagram that is based on social impact.
The company's culture and the people behind it matter now, especially if the kind of product you're making, in our case solar, is so impact driven. The social awareness around climate change, CO2 emissions, poverty, and access to basic needs are very important to people in this day and age. And your brand simply won't survive if you don't take those things into account.
Let people know there are other alternatives, and there are things that you can do as a person to make a change. And that's kind of the goal with all of our social media. And that aligns with what Tenkiv does. We have a product and we would love to sell that product. The main part of it is to end fossil fuels and the usage of fossil fuels. Really take some climate action and make a positive impact on the globe. Be passionate about what you want to make your videos about. Tailor it to your audience.
These are important key points. You need to have consistency, and you need to try your best to innovate and be creative on ways to show what your company culture is, how that company culture bleeds into the product. You don't have to have fancy equipment right off the bat. You can use your phone. It doesn't matter. I use my phone for a lot of the stuff in this vlog comes from my phone, so it's really not a problem. Okay, I know we've been spending a lot of time in this cave, so in the interest of getting out a bit, we're gonna go get tacos. Really good tacos.
Tacos!
Okay, so it's been like 6 months since the Kickstarter was completed, actually about 5 months. We thought now would be a good time to give you guys a little update on what's going on.
Zach and I are here at the warehouse, and Zach's fixing his luxurious locks. And,
Restart! Just keep going. Just restart whenever you need to.
God damn it! Zach and I are here at the warehouse, and it's been a couple months since we did our last update, so we thought it'd be a good idea to talk about it.
That was really well said.
Yeah. Arya, you realize you're making a bunch of noise.
A couple months since our last update, so I feel like it would be good to talk about it.
Would you like to? God damn it. All right. Been a couple months since we've had our last Kickstarter update.
Most of the work recently has been in manufacturing. When we launched the Kickstarter, we already had a prototype. Obviously, all of the engineering details weren't worked out, but everything was, functional, especially for water purification in particular. The real challenge that we knew was going to be the challenge going into it is getting large-scale production done in a cost-effective way. The whole focus now is on refining manufacturing processes and building the partnerships that we need to be able to cost-effectively make large quantities of these collectors. I'm still at this point confident that we can hit the date that we scheduled. It's always really scary to give dates as an engineer because there's so many problems that you can run into that you didn't foresee, but I think we can make it. We can ship when we said we were going to ship.
On my end, the logistics of the Kickstarter, most of the rewards, we're still working out probably about 10% of the kinks that we have left. We're making sure that the projects, all the gifts and all the reward tiers are completely ready to go when we're ready to ship. We're still trying to decide if we want to ship some of the reward tiers ahead of time before we ship the panels. There's just a couple of little small things that we're trying to wrap up.
I've actually recently been working on some software stuff, even though a lot of that was done before we launched the Kickstarter. But just, there's always still work to be done in that area. Also going to Portugal next week to talk to some more potential partners on the manufacturing side and distribution side. There's a whole bunch of these things that are up in the air, and we just we're in the position now where we have to make some really tough and important decisions about who we're going to be working with going forward, because it's going to have a huge effect on the entire future of Tenkiv.
Essentially what that means for most Kickstarter people and all the people that we're working with in these communities in need, we'll be able to make more affordable systems, make the systems much cheaper, much easier to send out to those that actually need them, and be able to get us up and running in those areas as fast as possible.
The manufacturing partner is a big part of it. Is we need to do a larger initial run, and so that might not sound like it's as obvious as a benefit to our Kickstarter backers and to these nonprofit projects that we're doing, but the thing is we can't cost effectively make the collectors at a small quantity. It has to be a big production.
Sure.
So we're getting some partnerships and making sure that this first run that we do that produces the panels that we send out to our Kickstarter backers and to the ADA is going to be part of a larger production run. And we can we're very confident we can do that. We have lots of options. It's just a matter of choosing the right path going forward.
Some of the Kickstarter backers, we had shipping as a kind of a question mark because we weren't sure how it's going to be shipped and all that stuff. Look out for another update about that. We are in the talks with a couple of distributors, and once we really nail down the manufacturing aspect, we can get a much better quote on the shipping costs. But our ideal situation is we're going to make it cheaper for everyone. To reiterate, manufacturing is in progress and almost done. The other tiers are going to be fairly solid and almost ready to go. We're just deciding if we're going to ship early or with the panels. We're going to make shipping as cheap as we can, and we're still looking at the December deadline for the Kickstarter reward tiers to be sent out to you guys. So thank you for supporting Tenkiv. Thank you for supporting our project, and do what you can to fight climate change. You've just watched a video about the importance of social media and how social media has changed and how video is super important for promoting and growing your brand.
Full disclaimer, we are not experts at this. We're new at this as well, but we're doing our best to try and provide you with quality content every week. So if you have any suggestions, please drop comments below, like, share, subscribe. Let us know what we're doing right. Let us know what we're doing wrong. And we hope to see you next week in the next video.